Hello, you're welcome to our live broadcast today. I want to be sharing with you things every woman need to know about men. Things every woman need to know about men. Of course, if case you are just here for the first time, I am me and my wife and family. We are behind the Family Aspect channel, YouTube channel that we're running now that you're watching. And I want to encourage you, if you're visiting us for the first time, to take time to look into our videos and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification button so that you will not miss anything. But today, I want to begin to help the ladies understand how the men think. I want you to know that there is a way a man thinks. There's a way every man has his own way of approaching and thinking about things. Every man that you're living with has a expectation. They have their own way of thinking, how their mind is wired. So I want to be helping you to see the importance of understanding the man that you marry, especially if you're dating right now. How important is this information to you? It is very important to know what your man is about. You need to know the things that he possesses, the things that makes him the man. These are very vital information. So it's going to come in episodes because there's so much to talk about that I can't finish them in one video. So likely want to share some more with you later after during the process of expatiating on some of the subjects I want to talk about on this particular topic. Okay, so what I want you to know as a lady, that there is something about your man that you do not know now, and I want you to know that you are responsible for knowing that which you do not know. Ignorant is not an excuse. You can't say I don't know, so how am I supposed to know, and then give up on knowing. You see, you don't want to do that. So the best thing you want to do is pay attention to what I'm about to share with you. Okay. And also the fact that you're hearing it from a man, you should take it seriously. Okay. All right. Now, what are the things that you need to know about your man? Sometimes the key to success, I always say the key to success is knowledge, right? But in reality, the key to successful marriage and relationship is the knowledge of the spouse that you are with, the knowledge of who your spouse is, understanding the potential and the personality of your spouse, understanding the needs of your spouse. These are key important things in successful dating, successful relationship, successful marriage. Make no mistakes about it. Understanding who your spouse is very important. You need to have a total clear, a crystal clear understanding of the personalities of your spouse and also their needs. Because when you know the needs of your spouse and you have an understanding of who their personality is, what their personality is, it's easy to relate with them. You see, remember, the very essence of life is relationship. You see, when you take away relationship from a human being, it's as though that human being can't function anymore. There's no way that human being can function because the very essence of his life is to relate with another being. That's why the scripture said it is not good for a man to be alone. When he said it wasn't good for a man, he wasn't talking about just Adam. He was talking about human being. It is not good for one human being to live on his own. So he made a companion. Now that companionship has to do with understanding. So here I want to share with you what most women need to understand about their man. The things that you need to know about the man that you marry or the man that you're dating or the man that you hope to get married to. Okay, so these are very important things. So I would like you to share this video. If you're watching from anywhere, let us know where you're watching from. Oh, consistent, please, you're welcome. I can see you online. Thank you for joining us today. So if you're watching everywhere, let us know. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to share your questions on the comment section below, because I'll look into it and then I'll respond to it. And if you want to contribute, I encourage you to do the same. Just leave your contributions or your suggestions on the comment section below. Now you're watching, let's go back to the topic. Now, I'm not going to really spend much of your time on this, but I'll go right into the subject so that you understand that this is what we're talking about and what we're looking at. So we're looking at this particular topic here, and it says things every woman needs to know about men. How important that is. It is just beyond words. It is just beyond words. There are things you need to know. And number one, I want to begin to share with you today. If you're ready, I want you to pay attention to this. The first thing is understand that you are responsible for knowing your spouse, understanding your spouse. Now, your spouse, don't just sit down there and say, well, he should know me, she should know me. No, we are responsible for knowing each other. I have the responsibility of understanding myself and my spouse, my wife. My wife have her responsibility of understanding me and herself. And then she can begin to reconcile the attitudes, the personality, the relationship begin to smoothen and get better and better. The more we know each other's personality and each other's attributes and needs, and also understanding what makes us feel touched, emotional, what makes us fall in love, what makes us lovable, all of these things put together helps the relationship to work successfully. Even though you've been married for 15 years, even though you've been married for 30 years, it doesn't matter how long you've been married, these things works for everyone. Understand it. I know there are a lot of people who have been married for, God knows, 20 years, 25 years, 50 years, or 30 years, and they have no idea of the things I'm about to talk about today. So I want you to pay attention. It has nothing to do how long you've been married. It has nothing to do with that. It's just based on wisdom, based on knowledge and understanding. Remember, in the scriptures, God said to men, he says, deal with your wives with understanding. Deal with women. He wants us to deal with them with understanding. The same way God expects a woman to deal with the husband with understanding. So understanding is key to all of these elements that I'm about to talk about. All right. So the number one thing that a woman needs to know about the husband is men don't like to be told what to do. This is huge. And now it takes a lot of understanding not to mess this up. It takes a lot of understanding. Men doesn't like to be told what to do. If you are with a man already, you should understand that, or by now you should just know that, yes, that's true. Men doesn't want to be told what to do by a woman. In most cases, by the woman that they have or they are getting involved with. They don't like to be told what to do. Why? It is because of the way they have been designed as a leader, as a person who has the answer. Men always think that they have the answer to everything. Now, when I begin to share more of the attributes and one of the things that you need to understand, you'll get it. But this is just letting you know. Number one thing is they don't like it. They don't like to be, yes, consistent places. I agree. That's true. It's reality. But many women don't know. That's why they have troubles in their marriage. That's why they are struggling. That's why they are finding it very hard to relate with their husband that they've been married to for years. You don't tell a man what to do. So the question is, so what do you not do? First of all, understand that you don't tell them what to do. Stop trying to tell your man things to do. Because when you do that, you know what you're doing? You are just fulfilling what God said to Eve. You desire to rule over your husband. He said, but he will dominate you. You see, that attitude shows that you want to rule over him. He feels, that's how he feels. He feels that you want to be in charge. You want to control him. And that feeling backfires. That feeling makes him to light up. He lights up quickly. He reacts to it quickly. It's an inherent thing. I don't know how God did this, but this is true. It's an inherent thing. It's just inside. Once that button is triggered, there's a response automatically. Now, it takes understanding and maturity for that man to control himself, not to overreact or react, you see. But most men don't have that control. They react instantly. And most of you as ladies, you have experienced that. And you wonder why. I'm just trying to suggest something to you. I'm just trying to say something to you. I'm just trying to tell you. That's the problem. You're trying to tell him what to do, not suggesting to him what to do. There's a big difference. Now, let me explain this further. I have a note here. Look at this. Most women think that they are helping their man whenever they tell a man what to do, or giving them unsolicited support. Let me expatiate on that. Unsolicited advice, unsolicited suggestions, unsolicited information, unsolicited help. That means this is not what he wants. He doesn't want it, but you are just giving him what he doesn't want. You thought he needed it. You thought he wants to hear it, but he doesn't. Unsolicited. This is mostly happening to families where a man comes home and then he talks about certain things he wants to do, or probably the woman comes home, she wants certain things done by the man. Then the way she says it to the man suggests that she's in control. She wants him to, she's commanding him to do it. Man doesn't listen. Woman, listen. It's not about pride. This is the inherent thing. It is in every man. Even try it to your sons, your children. From a lady, if you're a woman, you have sons. Just try and practice it like you're commanding them to do things. Very soon they will become receptive. They will be acting resentment to you. They'll become resentful. They'll be acting very weird. Before you know it, they'll be acting disobedient to you. But when a man tells them, when their father or another man tells them to do things, they respond quickly. They will not argue because they see it as a higher authority to tell them. I don't know why these things like this, but it's just natural. So women need to understand this. You need to understand this. I'm sweating, all right? Women need to understand this, that this is true. You need to get this deep understanding, okay? It's very important. All right. Now, there's more to it. You might ask a question. For instance, you're doing that. You think you're helping him. You think, oh, I'm supporting you. I'm just assisting you. Remember the word unsolicited. Did he ask for your help? Did he ask for your advice? Why are you trying to give him something or say something to him that he never asked for? That's the point. Unsolicited. You're telling him things. Okay, for instance, you say your car is too dirty. I think you should go and wash it. Wash your car. It's too dirty. How come your car is that? I mean, that's unsolicited information or suggestion or advice. You see, there are a lot of statements that comes in that line. How come you're coming home so late these days? How come you're coming home so late these days? You should be coming home early. Try and be coming home early. You know you have a family. That is unsolicited. And you wonder why he's not responding to you. You should try and clean up the house, please. Try and do this. I want you to try and clean up the house. Unsolicited support, unsolicited advice. Man doesn't like to be told what to do. Stop trying to tell your man what to do. Stop trying to do it. When you do it, you trigger resentment. You trigger withdrawal. He begins to withdraw from you. Thank you. He will begins to withdraw from you. Thank you. So it's very important. It's very important. He begins to withdraw, and you don't want that. You see, you want to be able to have a mutual understanding, mutual relationship with the man that you're in. So that's the first thing you want to know. And another thing is, whenever you do that, he thinks or feels he is being controlled. I've mentioned that before, and that's the truth. You want to avoid that kind of reactions or response. You don't want him to feel as though he's being controlled. And many women are doing this consistently on a daily basis to their husbands, to their man, the boyfriend or fiance, whatever they call it. And all of this is going on. And they don't understand why the man is withdrawing and why the man is resentful and why the man is pissed off all the time. You say, but he should have let me know about this. Most men do not, most men tell their wives, but they speak differently. I will talk about that in our subsequent episodes, okay? I'll tell you about that, all right? There's more to it. Now, number 2, the second thing I want you to know about your man as a lady. Men wants their wives, their lady, they want their acceptance and appreciation. Man wants his woman's acceptance, his woman's appreciation. Very important. Now, let's look at the 2 words. Let's split them apart because there are 2 words that put together in this. So, what is a woman's acceptance? How does a woman accept the man? You are supposed to accept your man. What is that supposed to mean? How do you do it? Now, the action of consenting to receive and undertake something offered. Understand it. Acceptance is, in this context, consenting to your husband, his suggestions, his ideas, his dreams. You consent to it. You may not agree with it. In most cases, you may never agree with what he's saying, but you have to consent. Men wants that. Listen to this. You need to know about that because men wants to be accepted. They want to be accepted by the woman that they marry. And to go against that is to err, is to breach the relationship, the breach, the bond. You see, is to go against the relationship, go against the bond in the marriage. This is so important. Everyone needs to know this. As a lady, understand that your man needs your consent. He needs you to receive what he's offering without conflictions. You get it? Without conflict, without disagreeing openly. Men likes that. Another thing you want to look at is acceptance of who they are, acceptance of what they do. You need to learn to accept who your husband is. If your husband is a certain man, understand that's who he is. Stop trying to compare him with another man. There are some men that have the capacity to make some amount or do some certain things in their lives. And there are some men that have a very lower capacity to do that. According to their abilities, people achieve, especially men, may achieve results in their life according to their given abilities. So stop trying to compare your man with another man. Accept your man for who he is. Understand him and accept him for who he is. A lot of women make the mistake of going against who the man is and try to talk them down, try to talk them out, try to compare them with other men. It's not going to work. Every time you do that, it backfires. The relationship backfires. A lot of things go wrong. You need to accept your man for what he does. No matter how little contribution he makes towards your marriage, your relationship, your family, no matter how little, he wants to know that you are accepting it. You are really accepting it. Learn to accept what he does, no matter how little. Mark my words. If you will start doing this, practicing this, you will be amazed how dramatically and drastically your relationship with your husband will improve, or with your man. This thing I'm telling you, they're facts, they're realities. Accept them for what they say. Your man wants to be accepted by what he says. He wants you to accept what he says. You may not agree with it. I understand. He may not be what you want to do. I understand. But the first attitude that you must display is an attitude of acceptance. He wants to see that. Honey, I know what you're saying is great. I think that is wonderful. I appreciate it. But can I say one thing? If you want to say anything, this is the way to say it. And he will say, okay, go on, say it. And then don't say, well, I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work. You say, I have a suggestion of plan B. Add this to it. Yours is plan A. So let me assist you with plan B. That will become solicited, because at that moment, it is a conversation, communication going on. But don't try to do the unsolicited ones. If you didn't ask for it, don't give it. Accept the man for what he says. That's your man. You need to accept him. Acceptance. Men want to be accepted by the woman that they are with. Did you get that? Then we talked about appreciation. What is appreciation? Appreciation means to recognize, or the recognition and the enjoyment of the qualities of your man. The ability to recognize the qualities of your man. Oh, how beautiful that is. Listen, if every woman will study their man and understand their qualities, it will be easy to enjoy them. Because those qualities are there for your benefits. Those qualities are there for your enjoyment. So you need to recognize the good qualities of your man. You know what most women do? They want to focus on the negatives. They want to focus on the bad qualities of the man and then amplify those things. That's why they are struggling in their relationship. That's why things are not going all right with them. But they don't understand that such actions causes a breach. It produced resentment and a withdrawal. So you wonder why your husband or your man doesn't talk to you often as you wish. You wonder why he's so quiet and keeps to himself. You wonder why you say things he's not responding to you. The reason is you haven't shown appreciation yet. Sometimes the things you wanted him to do, and he does it because you've been nagging about it, and then when he does it, you condemn it. Most cases, you just say, you're supposed to do it anyway. That's your responsibility. Oh, come on. Oh, no. And you wonder why he stopped doing such things. You wonder why he just react to it. And now that is not a major problem in the marriage, in the relationship. Well, appreciation is the key. A man wants to be your man, the man that you're with. He wants to be appreciated, no matter how little he does. No matter how little, he wants to be appreciated. Believe me. And those qualities is for you to discover. Recognize those qualities of your husband, of your man. You recognize it and then enjoy them. That's what you're supposed to do. So appreciation is key. Learn to appreciate him for the little he does. Learn to say thank you for all the attributes you see that he portrays, all the husband attributes, all the fatherly attributes, all of them, all of the provisions he could afford. Everything. Learn to say thank you. Appreciate him for who he is and appreciate what he says. Appreciate his dreams. Appreciate his passion. Appreciate his drive, his contributions. Appreciate the little effort that you see he puts in to ensure that your relationship with him and with the children is going well and successful. Appreciate the little efforts. Men wants to be appreciated. They wants to be, in fact, 99% of men I know have this as in their, is what they desire from their women. Is what they desire. Let me look at your comment. I'm seeing someone writing now. Oh, Thunder Scorpion, thank you. Yep, this is why I don't get married. Okay, why you're running away from it? Hello, Thunder Scorpion. Wonder why he goes out and gets a side piece. I know. Now you know. This is the reason. This is the reason. Now, understand that there's nothing wrong about this, all right? There's nothing wrong about this. It's just to know who your, every man is the same. Every man has this, okay? Every man wants to be appreciated. So even though you think he's too demanding on that, no, this is what he needs. You want harmony. You want, now listen, you may say, well, that's why you don't want to marry. That's fine. Because not everybody is expected to get married. There are many people who are not supposed to marry at all, but they are married. And that's why they are going through terrible experiences right now. Terrible, tough times. They are not supposed to get married. In other words, it is not in them to actually handle the challenges of marriage. It is not in them to actually comport themselves in it, but they find themselves in that shoes, and they are. Now they're wondering what's going on. And that's why we try to help a lot of people understand where they're at. You see, it's very important. So understand that your man, the man that you're with, always desire appreciation. Now, you as a lady, there are things you need. I mean, there are things you want your man to know. And I'm going to be sharing on that, okay? But for this particular episode, this particular series is directly to the women, just to let them know who their man is. You see, there's a thinking I always have. I ask most women and say, do you know how to live with a man? Every woman needs to understand how to live with a man. It is not the woman that came first. It was the man that came first. The woman came as a supplement, as a subordinate, as a help. So you need to learn how to live with the man. Of course, the man needs to understand you. Yeah, God gave that mandate to men to understand their wives. He said, deal with your wives with understanding. That's a key part. We understand that. That's real. But most men don't. So we're going to be looking at that, okay? But for this, we're talking about how a woman should know what their man potentials are. The things you need to know about your man. That's what we're talking about today. So we've been able to talk about two things today in this episode. That is, your man wants to be, he doesn't want to be told what to do. So men don't like to be told what to do. Stop trying to tell them what to do. All right? Stop trying to tell them what to do. All right? So what do you do then? Well, appreciate them, accept them. You will suggest it. There are things you just do. You just suggest. Sometimes men already understood what they were supposed to do, and they will do it. But you can only suggest if you need their help. And you suggest those things to him with love, with kind words. Kind words. And he will think about it. And when he thinks about it, he will get to work. I mean, mature men will get to work. If they think about it, they'll get to work. So you need to understand that your man requires you to understand that you should not be the one in control. You should not try to control him. All right? He feels that way. What he really wants is you to just accept him for who he wants, for who he is and what he says. And then it's okay. How do you not get him to do things? See, the problem, you're trying to get him to do things. All you need to do is to make things available that he can commit with, and he will commit. Let me tell you something. A man will commit if you will make things available for him to commit to. Your own is to make things available for him to commit with, and he will commit. I'm going to talk about that later on the episode. But right now, I've shared this thought with you. So first, don't do it. Men don't like it. They don't like to be told what to do. Stop trying to tell your man what to do. And number two, men want their woman to appreciate them and accept them for who they are. You're going to practice this. These things are very important. These things are very important. Understand that these things are very important. So again, it's not everybody that understands what I'm sharing with you now. Some of you might even frown at it and say, oh, what is that? Well, if you want peace, you want harmony, you want things to go well in your relationship, in your marriage, with your children, you want your children to have a legacy to live by in the future, you take this seriously. This is key. This is very important. So if you have any question, I would like to take your questions in a minute. And then let me see if you have any questions on the comment section. That's why I'm looking at the screen right here. So if I can get your comments coming in. Any questions, any comments? Do you have any contributions to this? Who is there and who is listening? Oh, you're back. Okay. You're welcome back. Do you have any question, Thunder Scorpion? Do you have any question there? If you have a question about this, let us know. So I've mentioned two things now in this episode. Two things that you need to know about your man. Practice them today. So here's what you do when you get home. Now you're home. You're home now. Probably you're watching. Start with this. Stop trying to tell him what to do. You say, but how is he going to do them? The things I want him to do. Okay. He knows. He knows. For instance, you told him to paint the room. And you've been telling him, paint the room. I want this room painted. When are you going to paint this room? And then you go downstairs, he's on the computer. You say, honey, I know you've been on the computer this morning, but can you just please give attention to this room? Let us paint this room. And I mean, that attitude, you'll be surprised he will never do it. He may be trying to. He will tell you, you know what? I'll do it. Don't worry. But you wait and wait and wait, and it's not done. And you have been applying that method over the years to make him do things. To him, he feels that you are controlling him. So he reacts. So you don't want to do that. So what do you do then? Appreciate him for the ones that he's already doing. That's how you get him to do more. Don't you get it? It's a simple arithmetic. Appreciate him for the one that he is doing already. And then he will be inspired to do more. Guess what? If you have come downstairs and say, oh, honey, wonderful. How are you going with your work? Whatever you're doing on the internet, whatever you're doing on the computer, how are you going? It's great. I mean, I know you can do it. I know you're doing well. I know this is going to make an amazing huge success. Appreciate him. Oh, did you just take care of those things I left on the table? Thank you for doing that for me. I really appreciate it. Appreciate him for the little things he's done. And he will be inspired. Just as a suggestion, anything you suggest by word, by just a slight suggestion, he will take it up and do it. But if you are not appreciative, if you don't just see anything he does as anything, you get in trouble. And that's what many women are going through, a lot of them. A lot of them. So, number one, stop trying to tell your man what to do. I have always said this. Every woman wants always desire to be in charge. Not that they want to be the head. No. They always desire to always tell their man, do this, do that. Can you do this for me? Help me do this. They want to always say that because women are prompt to instruction. They are prompt to give instructions, right? We understand that. But not to your man. Because God said you would desire to rule over your man, but he will dominate you. God said to Eve, he said, you desire to rule over your man. He said, but he will dominate you. He will oppress you if you try to rule over them. That's why you see many families today, many wives today that try to rule over their wife. They have been oppressed. You see the man rising up with so much anger, with authority. If a man start telling you, do you know I'm the head of the house? When a man starts telling you, do you know I'm the head of this house? Do you know I'm the head of this house? And he's doing like that. Do you know that I'm the head of this house? I'm the head of this house. Are you aware I'm the know that there's fire on the mountain. You better stop. Watch your steps. Watch your steps. Oh, honey, sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I know you are the head of this house. Oh, forgive me. I may have done something that triggered your anger. I'm so sorry. Don't react and say, and so if you are the head of this house, then act as the head of this house now. Oh, come on. You know, some women need to learn how to communicate. There's so much to tell you guys, but I'm out of time. I'm out of time. I'm going to share more with you in the next episode, so watch out for that. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I want you to subscribe to this channel. All right. I want to thank every one of you for making us to reach 2,000 subscribers, for joining us. I really appreciate you all. You guys are amazing. And also we have created a Patron group. A Patron group. I want you to join the Patron group. Visit the site and join the Patron group. The link is on the description below, and it's also, you can see it on the screen. So I want you to subscribe and join the Patron group. Let's create a group, a family. We'll be meeting every weekend online, but off YouTube. That would be great, right? We'll be having moments to share some thoughts and discussions that are really matters, which obviously can never be on YouTube at the moment. So thank you guys for being a part of this live stream today. I believe you enjoyed the moment. Thank you, Consistent Place, for joining us. Thunder Scorpions, thank you guys for joining. Antonia, thank you for your comments. I really appreciate you all. You guys are amazing. All right. Now, this video is going to be streamed and it's going to be put on the YouTube. All right. In a couple of hours, it's going to be on YouTube. So you'll be able to watch it again and again. All right. So if you have any question and you're watching it as a replay, please leave your question at the comment section below. If you agree with what we have shared, just say what you agree with. If you disagree, say what you disagree with. That'll be fine. And then hit the like button and share this video with those you love. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to be again here tomorrow to share in the next episode amazing thoughts. What the things that you need to know about your man, the man that you're with. You need to know him. And I'm sharing those thoughts with you. In the next episode, I'll see you then. Until then, have a beautiful evening. Bye for now.